Part 3. The Madness from the Sea. My great-uncle's notes ended with Legras's account. All that remained in the box was a blood-stained journal, pages crusted with the salty air of the sea. But within lay the most compelling story of the three. 6 sailors were waylaid by pirates in the Atlantic Ocean, and, though their ship was lost, they had little problem taking the ship that belonged to the pirates. Yet in desperation for revenge, the pirates destroyed all navigating equipment aboard. The sailors were lost at sea until they ran into a landmass they did not expect.
Captain Johansson, land ho!
I see it. Swanson, both ahead slow. I want a close look at this before we disembark.
Probably Bermuda. These blasted pirates killed our equipment, so I can't tell.
By this climate, we're miles north of Bermuda. I don't think this is on the charts.
Should we go ashore, sir?
We don't have much choice, Miss Krieg. Gather the others and we'll make our way ashore. We need clean water and more food.
Aye, sir.
The sailors disembarked on the island and immediately were filled with dread. The island was wrong. Everything about it battered the senses into submission, burning the mind and breaking the very will of those who set foot upon it.
Captain, I do not like this. I do not like this at all.
I understand, Miss Swanson. Something is off.
It's the geometry, sir. It's not normal.
The geography is off.
No, not the geography. The geometry. That shape cannot exist. Those stairs cannot exist.
Yet it's very clearly here before us.
I know. It scares me.
Sir, look at these.
How the devil?
Barnacles. We're at least 30 feet above sea level. You never see barnacles this far up, unless...
Unless this place was underwater recently.
This is high tide, is it not?
Up here!
What is it, Captain?
I can't quite describe it. Come up here. Be careful, though. Those rocks are as hard as diamond and much sharper.
This material. I've never seen anything like it.
I have.
Where?
I was going through the ship's hold and I saw this little statue. Something like a cuttlefish head on a dragon's body. Or perhaps a man's. The material struck me as odd then, but now I feel I see the source.
Why didn't you speak to me about this?
You called me up to go ashore before I had the chance.
So those pirates came from this island?
I highly doubt it. The statue probably came from a raid. There's nothing alive on this island.
Swanson, look at this.
A door? It has to be. Imogen, Gwydden, you're down there. See if you can pry it open. There may be supplies stored within.
Wait, don't!
Too late! It's already open! Oh, madre de Dios!
20 bodies came flying from the door, as if our world was a vacuum and the door was solid space. Imogen and Gwydden were flung backwards by 2 halves of what was a blonde-haired woman, broken in half and slightly charred as if her body had been through a fire.
Imogen! Gwydden, get back!
Imogen!
A hand! A monster's hand! It's crushed him!
Look at the claws on it. Quick, to the boats!
Captain, look at Andraste!
Andraste, you fool! Run! Your little gun won't do anything against it!
Another hand! It's pulling itself out of the hole!
Gwydden, Krieg, come on!
What about Andraste?
Leave him! We have to get out now!
The moon, it's gone out!
No, it's not. Something's blocking it.
That night, beneath the crescent moon, a mountain stumbled.
Let's get out of here! To the left! There's a shore car in the boats!
Fast as you can, go! We'll get out of this yet!
Gwydden! Gwydden! Come on! Captain is frozen. He won't move.
The Green Claw is coming upon us!
Leave him!
I'll run ahead and get the boat ready.
Go, Craig! Go!
Ah!
The crevice was there, yet not there. It was as if Krieg had slipped into the stone itself, folding in on herself, cracking bones and splitting spine, and suddenly she was gone, ripped into an angle that was acute, yet behaved as if it was obtuse. An impossible masonry that, en relief, was completely within reason, for reason had no place in relief.
The boats! We've made it!
No guarantees yet. Let's go!
It's still after us! I can see the feet coming straight for us!
Cast off, Swanson, row! We'll get this!
It stopped. It's as if it hasn't seen water before.
Make use of it, Swanson. Row faster, go!
It's getting into the water! It's gaining!
We're nearly there, Swanson. The boat is straight ahead.
There! The ladder! Let's go!
Full reverse, Swanson! Swanson?
No! No! Stay away from me! Stay out of my head!
Swanson, move!
Make it go away, Captain! Make it go away!
Swanson, your eyes.
Captain! Behind you!
Swanson, through eyes streaming blood, saw it first. But when Johansen turned, he too looked straight into the horror that cost Swanson his life. The stars were right, and Cthulhu, the dreamer, lord of nightmares and consumer of minds, swam the ocean that night. That head was dome round as the earth itself, with tentacles dripping from its maw, each one grasping the bow of the boat, pulling towards the maddening creature. The claws, each as tall as a man, ripped the sea in two, and the wings, a disgusting opaque green, struck the stars from the sky, leaving the eyes of the night blind to the horror that swam the North Atlantic. The eyes, red as fire and as cold as ice, burned the last grips of sanity from the mind of Captain Johansen, and he had but a chance for one last coherent thought.
No! It shall not take me! It shall not take us all! Forward!
The ship's prow ripped into Cthulhu, and, in a swift motion, an ancient horror of the pits of hell was split open. Captain Johansen, in his desperation, wounded something that had been plaguing the minds of man since the dawn of time. The Lord of Nightmares and Insanity fell back, and Rillier collapsed into the sea, dragging the monster with it into the void it left. They found Johansen approximately 4 days later, starved to death, curled on the floor of the ship in a puddle of blood that had leaked from his eyes. His journal was filled with the above account, and the last few pages were but one phrase repeated, written in his blood when he ran out of ink. I'm sure you already know what it is. As for Cthulhu, he's not gone. For someday, the stars will be right again. Rillier will rise from the ocean, and he shall walk once more to consume the minds and souls of men. But until that day, as Johansen scribbled in his journal in the blood that flowed from his eyes, Punugli Mugnath, Cthulhu Rillier, Wagnal Fatan.
And that, my friends, was The Call of Cthulhu. I will read the cast list once more. Francis Wayland Thurston, our narrator, was played by Chance Rignan. George Angel and Captain Johansen were played by myself, Alex McConnell. Hannah Wilcox and Krieg and the sacrifice victim were Angela Point. Inspector John LaGrasse was Dan Brown. Officer Mary Webb and Swanson were Megan Brown. The random Cthulhu cultists were Chance Rignan, myself, and Miss Becca Dawson. And the captured cultist, the survivor, was Miss Becca Dawson. Thank you for listening to The Call of Cthulhu. We are going to go ahead and go to the next song, and when we get back, we're going to do something fun.
Yes.